Gallatin Municipal Planning Commission, and we're going to start our meeting with invocation and pledge of allegiance. Albert, if you'll bless our meeting, and Mr. Thompson, if you'll say the pledge.
Father God, we bow before your presence, thanking you for this day, for this opportunity to come once again. We ask your blessings upon our community and the work that's before us. Lead, guide, and continue to watch over our cities, our leadership, and our country. This we ask in Christ's name and for his sake. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Mary Ann, would you please call the roll?
Chair Harris.
Here.
Vice Chair Morrell. Mr. Purrier. Mayor Brown. She's here. Councilman Carter.
Present.
Mr. Strouder.
Present.
Mr. Thompson.
Present.
You have a quorum.
All right, thank you. The secretary is not here, but we've got minutes in the packet, so I'll propose that we approve the minutes from the October 7th, 2024 Planning Commission meeting and the October 28th meeting.
I'll second.
All right, motion is second. Any changes or alterations requested? All right, see none, call for the vote. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is public comment on any agenda-related items. So if you're in the audience tonight and you have comments on anything that's on tonight's agenda, it's the time to come and speak. I will note that item 11, which is the Wheeler property annexation, has an individual public comment. Also, East Broadway Retail has an individual public comment, and the Southwest Venture Airport Road Industrial rezoning has an individual public comment. So you can speak now or speak at those times. It's up to you. But with that, I'll open public comment on agenda-related items. All right, seeing no one wishing to come forward, I'll close the public comment on the agenda-related items, and we will move on to the consent agenda. Now we have 8 items on the consent agenda, and I'll motion to approve, or I'm going to recuse myself from items 5 and 6 for personal interest.
Motion second. I second.
All right, got a motion to approve in a second. Is there anybody, I meant to ask, anybody have anything they want to pull from the consent agenda? At all?
So you're recusing from 5 and 6?
Yeah, just item 5 and 6
On the
on the consent agenda.
So you're making a motion to approve 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8, and then we'll need a
No,
second.
he motions to approve them all. He can still vote to approve
Okay.
them all.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a motion. I'm just recusing from those two. I'm not voting
Okay.
on those two particular items.
Okay. I just want to be clear, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. All right. Yep, no questions. We got a second. All those in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Okay, so consent agenda passes. That'll bring us to item 9 on the regular agenda, which is resolution 2024-158, 595 Bay Point Drive accessory structure.
Good evening, Commissioners. Brad Hickman, Staff Planner. The owner and applicant request approval of a site plan for an 864 square foot accessory structure with alternative architecture on a .57 acre lot zoned R20 low density residential and located at 595 Bay Point Drive. Staff had some comments. We wanted Bay Point indicated on this site plan just for clarity. They did increase the setback to 10 here for the PUDE around the property. We have the architecture, all metal building, two-tone brown, and some elevations. And we do have a precedent in the neighborhood at 621 Bay Point Drive, which I believe we pointed this out in the work session, but again, is approximately here. The Planning Department recommends denial of resolution number 2024-158.
All right, thank you. Do you have a representative for the applicant?
Austin Christian, the Barnes Store. In the work session, I believe that the two comments that were made were obviously confirming that the setback for the public utility district or easement was to go from 9 feet to 10 feet, and then to confirm that the property didn't have like an HOA, which I think that was just a suggestion of you guys. We were able to confirm that there is no HOA there, but outside of that, there weren't any other comments, so I was curious as to the denial.
So the denial is because it doesn't meet the 70% brick requirement. It's the whole reason why they come here anyway. They're all going to be recommended as denial from planning staff.
I gotcha. Okay,
So-
because of that.
Because of that.
Okay.
So that's the whole reason it's here.
I gotcha.
Because they have to deny it because it doesn't meet the current.
Okay, well, I mean, as for outside of that, I mean, I guess y'all have heard me say it 100 times, so
Yeah.
there's no point.
It's, I'll make it really easy. Motion to approve with staff's 4 conditions of approval.
Second.
All right, and a second. Any questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, passes. All right. Okay, item 10, resolution 2024-159, 285 St. Blaise Road, accessory structure site plan.
Good evening, Commissioners. Charlie Fiore, Staff Planner. The owner and applicant is requesting approval of a site plan for a 900-square-foot accessory structure with alternative architecture on a 3.68-acre lot, zoned A for agricultural residential, located at 285 St. Blaise Road. Staff had some concerns with the architecture not meeting our 70% brick and stone requirement, which is why it's here. So for that reason, staff recommends denial of this project. However, it is worth noting that there are some accessory structures of similar architecture nearby, mainly on the east side of the property and also on the western side.
All right, thanks, Charlie. Representative for the applicant, please. All right, say,
Motion for approval.
all right, motion for approval with the second. There's only one condition on there, so easy enough. All those in favor of approval say aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. All right, thank you. Item 11, resolution 2024-170, Wheeler property annexation, and this will have a public comment after the staff presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Jim Carpenter, Staff Planner. The owner and applicant request the Planning Commission recommend to the Gallatin City Council a resolution to annex a 17.181 plus or minus acre parcel and adopt a plan of service on the same property located south of Nichols Lane and west of Woods Ferry Road. This area fills in a gap in city limits. This map shows the existing city limits lines that are completely surrounding this property, and this annexation also provides for the potential better alignment of Ferguson Boulevard to the south. And with that, staff recommends approval of resolution number 2024-170, including a draft plan of service and draft annexation resolution for the property.
All right, thank you, Jim. At this time, I'll open a public comment on the resolution 2024-170. Anyone in the audience wishing to speak? Public comment is now open. And seeing no one jumping out of their chairs, we'll close the public comment and ask a representative of the applicant.
Good evening. I'm Josh Rowland with Kimley Horn, representing the applicant. We respectfully request your recommendation to approve this and move it forward to City Council, and I'm here for any questions. Thank you.
I think this is a great idea. It's an easy one to annex, completes that whole block, gets the road aligned. So this is the last piece of a puzzle we've been talking about for years. So I got a motion to approve and a second by Mr. Carter. Any further debate? All right, see none, call for the vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, passes unanimously. Thank you. Item 13, Resolution 2024-169, Southwest Venture Airport Road Industrial. This also has a public comment. Oh, see, I'm trying to move us along faster than I should. All right.
I respect your efforts.
Hey, well, you know, trying to make up for all the long meetings. Item 12, Resolution 2024-168, East Broadway Retail, amended preliminary development plan.
The owner and applicant request approval of an amended preliminary master development plan for the East Broadway retail development on 1.93 acre lot zoned MU mixed use district located north of East Broadway and east of Municipal Park Drive. We can see the lot here. Staff had some comments they've mostly addressed. We got some elevations later today. None of the sides meet the 70% brick requirement. I would like to go into a little bit of the history of this, just because I think it's relevant.
Please.
In 2006, this property was zoned MU except for a strip along East Broadway, which was PGC. And at that time, an FMDP was approved for 6 apartment buildings and an office and multi-tenant building on East Broadway. In 2008, an FMDP amendment was approved, removing the multi-tenant and office building that was on East Broadway and adding apartments. In 2010, the name was changed from Victory Place to Gallatin Park Apartments. And then an amendment in 2011 removed the apartments that were proposed along East Broadway. And so we're back to adding commercial along East Broadway full circle. So the Planning Department recommends approval of resolution number 2024-168 with following 7 conditions, and there is public comment.
All right, thank you. At this time, I'll open a public comment on this item. Anyone in the audience wishing to come forward and speak, this is your time to do so, and public comment is now open. All right, seeing no one wishing to speak, I'll close the public comment and ask for a representative of the applicant.
Hi, Jim Lukens, where Malcolm, representing the project. We're good with all the comments, and we've provided the elevations with the percentages and everything, so.
Okay. I don't have any questions. I think it's a good looking building and it's in a good spot.
What about getting left out of there? That just concern. I was driving past there this morning. I was thinking about trying to get left out of there, being so low.
As far as the elevation,
Well, I mean, past the signal, the traffic flow, the visibility. I mean, I realize they'll be up at the road, but it just seems hard to be trying to make a left turn out onto Broadway. But I'm not an engineer.
Well, yeah, we're showing on there, and we think that eventually we're going to get a joint access easement cutting across the adjacent property. That's not in place yet, but if we get that, then we could access around the other way too.
I can't even.
We've got two exit lanes for left turn only, and a left turn and then a right turn. So there's 2 exit lanes. So if somebody has to wait for a little bit, they can wait there also.
And is there a turning lane at that point in 31? I can't remember.
I believe it is 3 lanes through there.
yeah.
So they could at least get out to the center lane and wait to merge. And this did trigger the threshold at the FMDP submittal. They will need to do a traffic impact study
Okay.
to kind of look at this.
Okay.
Because I imagine that site's going to come up a little bit from where it is.
Yeah, we'll have to bring it up to get, it's quite a drop off from the road, so we'll have to raise that.
So it'll be more kind of an elevation where like the Circle K is, right?
Correct. We don't want to bring the building up too high, but we have to bring it up just to get the stormwater through it.
Mayor, does that answer your question about the getting out? They have to do the traffic study when it comes back.
Not have mattress stores in there.
I don't know.
You don't find me hilarious?
I don't know that we get to restrict that one, unfortunately.
I know we don't. I know we don't. It's just,
Yeah. So, all right. Anybody else have any comments or questions?
I would like to add that Planning Department recommends this be a major amendment.
Okay. So, and I think, I remember that being a major amendment just from the change where it was residential at one time. So that just means it'll go to city council.
I mean, I kind of prefer the change it's gone, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's an improvement for sure, but it does meet the requirements to be a major amendment to the site plan. So do I have a motion that it be a major?
Second.
I got a motion and a second for it to be a major amendment, so we'll vote on that first. So all those in favor of being a major, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. All right, so it'll be a major amendment. And then I'll make a motion to approve with staff's 7 conditions of approval.
Second.
Okay, and a second by Stephen. Any other comments, debate? All those in favor of approval with staff's conditions, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, thank you very much. My apologies for almost skipping you. All right, now on to item 13, Resolution 2024-169, Southwest Venture Airport Road Industrial.
Good evening, Kimberly Atlee, staff planner. The owner applicant requests approval for a zoning of one parcel. It's 104 acres plus minus, rezoning it from R15, medium density residential district, to IR, industrial restrictive district. It's located on south of East Broadway and east of the airport road. Now, the planned Gallatin comprehensive plan designates this area as a suburban community character area, which describes this as a mixed-use residential neighborhood subdivision with multifamily dwellings and density ranges between 2 and 4 units per acre. The current R15 zoning is compatible with the suburban community character and is most likely appropriate. However, the community character area also does not clearly address the industrial commercial districts. So the plan Gallatin does also designate the area as a Gallatin Gateway Industrial Center suburb area of the major employment center. And this area is expected to continue for major employment for the next 25 years. And let's see if I'll show you on both sides. On the north side, you'll see more residential, and on the south side and the west side, you'll see a little bit more, that is more industrial. So the rezoning also supports the following planned growth. There are 2 goals. The first goal was to nurture the core industry of the Gallatin economics, and then the second goal is to support the economic expansion of the targeted areas. So the various proposed action items also would be supported in this rezoning. The rezoning complies with the overall intended development strategies of the comprehensive plan, and most specifically to the Gallatin Gateway Industrial Center suburban area. And I'll show you what I have here. So you'll see that this is a suburban designated area, number 4, which does say the major employment center, and it does go to the Gallatin Gateway Industrial Center. So any development also on this any development for this property will require a site plan to be reviewed and approved. So the Planning Department does recommend the resolution of 2024-169.
All right. Thank you. And this item has a public comment. So anyone wishing to speak on this item, this is time to come forward. So public comment is now open. Again, seeing no one wishing to speak, we'll close the public comment and ask for a representative of the applicant.
Hi, Allison Turner with Greenwood Design. We're happy with staff comments. I think we've been responsive to previous comments and would happily answer any questions you may have.
I personally don't have any questions. I think this makes a lot of sense there, is in, we need to expand the industrial area, and it works, so. Anybody else have any comments, questions, concerns?
I think we discussed that at the work session. I'm good.
Yeah, we went through pretty depth. Okay. All right, we got a motion to approve.
No, second.
All right, Mike can have the second. Stephen had the last one. All right, we had a motion by Albert, second by Mr. Thompson. Any further debate? All right, seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of approval say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. All right, passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Item 14, Resolution 2024-154, 315 South Water Avenue, Commercial Garage.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The owner and applicant request approval of a site plan for a 2,215 square foot commercial garage on a .73 plus or minus acre property, Zone CS Commercial Services District, located east of South Water Avenue and south of East Bledsoe Street. So the variance for this was not approved by BZA, so they would have to move the building to at least 10 feet from the property line on the side. This can be accomplished by pouring an extra concrete pad for that. The owner and applicant also request approval of an alternate architecture. So this was the original submittal. They agreed, and it is in the staff report, noted that they would provide up to 3 feet of brick around the property, or around the building, if required by planning commission. This doesn't meet code, and with the submittal, staff is asking planning commission to add a condition of approval requesting the applicant resubmit architecture, either showing that 3 feet of brick or showing 70% brick stone, whichever planning commission finds to be the correct proposal for this building. Outside of that, the owner and applicant will also need to obtain building permits for the structure, which most likely will also be required to be sprinkled. And with that, staff recommends approval of resolution number 2024-154 with 7 conditions.
All right, thanks, Jim. Do we have a representative for the applicant here?
Hi, my name is Sam Lewis. I'm the property manager. We provide the site plan for the building, and we also we're going to provide the sprinkles to be to meet the requirement of the safety. Also, we are going to follow up with the all departments what the requirement for the building. And the setback, we will make it 10 feet, as we discussed last time.
So I think, so what you're asking for now is just, instead of the 70% brick, you're asking just to do 3 feet around the building? Is that what I understand?
This is what we request to approve, please. So we able to make like 3 feet around the building. Also, the other 3 sides of the building is not visible in the street. The front of the building is a side visible in the street.
Okay, so you're only wanting to put the brick on the front of the building or all the way around?
Whatever you agree, we will do.
I'm kind of confused how we go back and allow something to happen that wasn't supposed to happen and like proper permits weren't pulled before.
I think we're trying to make them correct it.
I think we are. I mean, it sounds like they're trying to get everything compliant as far
They
as.
have to move it.
They got to move it. They've got to put the sprinklers in. I think the final issue is by the zoning, it should be 70% brick or stone, and they're asking to just do a fraction of that. So, you know, I think what we talked about at the work session, you know, the question I asked was if, you know, would we, if it wasn't already there and a problem, would we approve it this way? You know, I wouldn't have approved it this way, but that's just my own personal opinion.
I think the general consensus, it wouldn't have been approved.
Yeah. So I think what we have on the table is, do we, you know, want to grant their request to just put a little bit of brick on it, or do we just want to bring it compliant with 70% brick or stone?
Client.
Yeah, I think so. So I'll make a motion to approve with staff's 7 conditions. I'll add condition number 8, which is the applicant to provide new elevations showing compliance with the 70% brick or stone requirement for the zoning.
That's on all facades, correct?
That's correct. So it meets the code.
So, I'm sorry, I didn't get, so it will be like 3 feet or it should higher? It's
70% of all the exterior of the building. That's what the code requires. That's what, yes.
It's okay.
Yep, I'll second.
Okay, so I got a motion with the added condition 8 to comply with the 70% brick or stone requirement on all facades, second by Mr. Thompson. Any other questions, any further debate? All right, so now I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of approval, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. No, it passes. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, and that completes our regular agenda. Other business, I think, Brian, you were going to mention the training on Friday.
Yes. And I did send out an email to you today with it's just kind of a placeholder for your calendars. That placeholder won't really be where you go to get to the meeting, but we'll be sending out a Zoom link here within the next couple days to be able to log in on that. But it's, again, this coming Friday, and it's for 4 hours worth of PC and BZA training. Other planners will be there as well, attending from around the region. But specifically, this is to help you guys get your 4 hours worth of required training that are required by state statute. Starts at 8:00 a.m. and goes through noon. There'll be 4 different speakers, 1 per hour, and there'll be a quick break in the middle. But other than that, I mean,
Anybody who attended the spring retreat is already taking care of their hours, correct?
yeah, if you attended the spring retreat or I guess none of the planning commission went to the fall one, but if you did go to the spring one, then you're set. If you didn't, or if you still want to attend this one, everybody's welcome to attend. So it's going to be free of charge, no cost, but a good opportunity. We will have one of the speakers. I was able to get that speaker brought on is Jeff Hebb from the Sonora County Realtors Association. Another one of the sessions will be on ethics. Another one of the sessions will be on transportation, and finally on legal aspects of this position. And I think some of that will be focused on decision-making within, a board or commission type of thing. So should be pretty good.
I'll be there. I need the hours. Okay, anything else under other business? All right, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. All right, got a motion. I'll second the motion to adjourn. All those in favor, say aye.